Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing great and amazing. Welcome back to the English reading course for intermediate level. So in this course, okay, this is like we read, all right, and we collect vocabulary, idioms, and expressions so you can use actually like very, very common and used expressions and vocabulary so you can enhance your speaking skills and speak like native speakers. Okay, so this is with American accent. You can actually download the PDF and also the audio of the story from the link in the bio. And also, like, you get to focus on the way of intonation here and how you can actually read in a better way. Okay. And also, like, you got to focus on the intonation, the simulation, all that stuff. All right. In order to actually sound more professional in your accent, like wherever you're from, it doesn't really matter. But accent matters because it actually makes you unique in the language. For A1 to A2, right? So you will find actually the other place or the other series, the previous series is like Wimpy Kid 1. But this is Wimpy Kid 2, and basically we are in session 13 today. So let's find out. We're almost finished it. So make sure to watch the previous videos as well. All right, and let's get it started. Tonight was a big winter talent show. I didn't want to go, and neither did Dad. But Mom made us both go to show our support for Rodrick. Rodrick and Mom went to the school early to bring some stuff that Rodrick's band needed, so Dad had to ride in the band's van with Bill. And Dad wasn't too thrilled, wasn't too happy when he ran into his boss in the school parking lot. Okay, garage. The show kicked off means here as a verb started. So the show kicked off at 7. Let me just say, I think it was a really bad idea to combine the three schools for the thing. They ended up having kindergartners singing songs to their teddy bears, followed by 18-year-olds doing speed metal guitar solos. I don't think Dad approved of Larry Larkin and all his piercings. Okay, so you actually like put a piercing in your nose or your ear. Halfway through Larry's guitar solo, Dad leaned over and whispered to the man sitting next to him, "What's the worst thing that kid up there could say to you?" What? I wish I had time to warn Dad that the guy he was talking to was Larry's father. Another problem with combining the schools was that there were too many acts and the show went on forever. At 9:30, they decided to start running 2 acts at the same time to keep the show moving along. Sometimes it worked out all right, like when they had Party Farrell tap dancing while Spencer Kid was juggling, but other times it didn't work out too good. Like when Terrence James played a harmonica on a unicycle, Klein read her poem about global warming. Rodrick's band was the last act to take to the stage. Before the show, Rodrick asked me to videotape his band during their act, but I told him no way. He's been such a jerk to me, like a dork, right? In other words, idiot, dumb, right? To me lately that I can't believe he was trying to hit me up for a favor. So Mom volunteered for camera duty. Rodrick's band got paired up with Harry Gilbertson, the roller skating kid, and I'm sure Rodrick wasn't too happy about that. I noticed Dad wasn't sitting next to me while Rodrick's band played, so I looked around for him. Dad was standing in the back of the gym with cotton balls sticking out of his ears, and he stayed there until the song was over. So after Rodrick's band performed, they handed out the awards. Rodrick's band didn't win anything, but Harry Gilbertson walked away with a prize for Best Musical Act. But you'll never guess who the grand prize winner was. Rolly's babysitter, Leland. He won for his ventriloquist act because the judges said it was wholesome. I never thought I'd agree with Rodrick on anything, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe he was right about Leland being a nerd after all. Remember nerd, guys? Bookworm? After the show, Rodrick's band came back to our house to watch the videotape of their performance. They were all grumbling about how they got robbed and how the judges don't know the first thing about rock and roll. So their plan was to just mail the videotape off to some record labels and let their performance speak for itself. They all sat down in front of the TV and Rodrick put the tape in the machine, but it took about 30 seconds for everyone to realize that the tape was worthless. You know how Rodrick asked mom to videotape the show? Well, she did a pretty good job of filming, but she talked nonstop during the first 2 minutes, and the camera picked up every little comment she made. That shirt makes Roderick's arms look so skinny. Every time Bill stuck out his tongue and flicked it up and down like a rock star, you could hear Mom ringing with her opinion. In fact, the only time Mom stopped talking was when Rodrick did his drum solo. But during that part, the camera was shaking around so much that you couldn't even see anything. At first, Rodrick and his bandmates were really mad, but then one of them remembered that the school taped that talent show and it's supposed to be on the local cable channels tomorrow night. I guess that means you'll all be coming back over to watch that. Thursday, well, things have gotten really bad for me in the last few hours. Rodrick and his bandmates came over around 7 tonight to watch the talent show on TV. They sat through the whole 3 hour show until their band came on. The school actually did a decent job of taping the performance, and things were looking pretty good up until Rodrick's drum solo. That's when Mom started dancing, and whoever was doing the filming zoomed right in on Mom and kept the camera pointed at her for the rest of the song. That meant Rodrick didn't have anything he could send to record companies, and he was really mad about it too. At first, he was mad at Mom for messing things up, but Mom said that if Rodrick didn't want people to dance, he shouldn't play music. Then Rodrick turned it on me. He said that this was all my fault. Mistake. Fault means mistake, because if I just taped to the show like he asked me, none of this would have happened. But I told him that maybe if he wasn't such a jerk, I would have done it for him. We started to yell at each other, to shout at each other. Mom and Dad broke us up, and then they sent Rodrick down to his room and me up to mine. But a couple of hours later, I went downstairs and I ran into Rodrick in the kitchen. He was smiling, so I knew something was up. Rodrick told me my secret was out. At first, I didn't know what he was talking about, but then I got it. He was talking about the thing that happened to me this summer. I ran down to the basement and I picked up Rodrick's phone to see if he had made any calls. And sure enough, it looked like he had called every of his who had a brother or sister my age. By tomorrow morning, everyone at my school will know the story, and I'm sure Rodrick exaggerated the facts to make the story sound even worse. Exaggerated. What does it mean by exaggerated? Exaggerated means overrated or overstated or overstatement. Overestimate something. To exaggerate, يعني يبالغ in Arabic. Exaggerate, overrate, overstate, okay, overestimate. That's the meaning of exaggerated, the story, to make it look worse. Now that my secret's out there, I went to put my on record what really happened, not Rodrick's twisted version. So here it goes. Over the summer, me and Rodrick had to stay with Grandpa at his condo in Leisure Towers for a few days, but there was nothing to do, but I was going bonkers again, guys. So everything is repeated, so you can actually memorize it quickly and you can use it, right, in your speaking. So I was actually going bonkers, like going crazy. I was so bored, I broke out my old journal and I started to write in it. But taking out a book that said diary on the cover in front of Rodrick was a huge mistake. Rodrick stole my journal and made a run for it. He probably would have made it into the bathroom and locked the door if someone had left gut bursts sitting out. I scooped the book off the floor and ran out into the hallway and down the stairwell. Then I ducked into the bathroom in the main lobby and locked myself in a stall. Locked myself in a stall means booth, stall or booth. Okay, means kushk in Arabic. I kept my feet off the floor so that if Rodrick came in, he wouldn't know I wasn't there. I knew that if Rodrick got a hold of my journal, it would be a nightmare. So I decided to just rip the whole thing into tiny little pieces and flush them down the toilet. It was better to just destroy the thing than risk Rodrick getting his hands on it. But as soon as I started ripping pages out of the book, I heard the bathroom door open. I thought it was Roderick, so I just stayed completely still. I didn't hear anything, so I peeked over the top of the stall to see what was going on. That's when I saw a woman standing in front of the mirror, putting on makeup. I figured the lady just accidentally wandered into the men's room because people at leisure towers are always doing stuff like that. I was about to speak up and tell this lady she was in the wrong bathroom, but right then someone else walked in, and guess what? It was another woman. Oh, that's when I realized that I was the one who messed up and I wasn't the women's bathroom. I prayed that those ladies would just wash their hands and leave so I could make a run for it. But they sat down in the stalls on either side of me, and every time one woman would leave the bathroom, someone else would come in and take their place, so I couldn't leave. If Raleigh thinks he had it bad when those kids made him eat the cheese, he should try being stuck in the Leisure Towers ladies' room for an hour and a half. I guess someone eventually heard me in there and they reported me to the front desk. Within a few minutes, word got around the building that there was a peeping Tom in the women's room. By the time security came in and got me out of there, everyone who lived in Leisure Towers was down in the lobby. So Rodrick saw the whole thing unfold upstairs on Grandpa's TV. Now that the story was out, I knew I couldn't show my face at school. So I told Mom she was gonna have to transfer me somewhere else. And I told her why. Mom said I shouldn't worry about what other people think. She told me that my classmates would understand that I had just made an honest mistake. So that just proves once and for all that Mom doesn't understand that thing about kids my age. Now I am kicking myself for not keeping up my pen pal relationship with Mamado, because if me and him had stayed in touch, I kept in touch and kept in contact, maybe I could have gone to France as an exchange student and hid out there for a few years. Oh, that's dramatic. All I know is the one place I don't want to go tomorrow is school, and it looks like that's exactly where I'm headed. Friday, the crazy thing happened today. When I walked in the door at school, a bunch of guys cornered me, and I braced myself for the teasing to start. But instead of harassing me, like, harass someone, right, and to annoy someone, they started congratulating me. Everyone was shaking my hand and putting me on the back, and I didn't know what was going on. With all those guys talking to me at the same time, it took me a while to make sense of anything, but here is what must have happened. The story writer told his friends got passed on to their brothers and sisters, and then they told their friends. But by the time word spread around, all the details got totally messed up. So the story went from me accidentally walking into the women's bathroom at Leisure Towers to me infiltrating the girls' locker room at Crossland High School. Like, when you infiltrate, what does it mean by infiltrate? Enter or gain access to an organization place surreptitiously or gradually, especially in order to acquire secret information, invade or penetrate. Oh, so infiltrate means invade some place or penetrate some place. Okay, so the girls' locker room at Crossland High School. I couldn't believe everything got twisted like that, but I wasn't about to set the record straight either. All of the sudden, I was the hero at the school. I even got a nickname. People were calling me the Steel Thinner. Someone even made me a Steel Thinner headband, and you better believe I wrote it. Things like this never happened to me, so I wasn't gonna pass up my moment of glory. And for the first time ever, I knew what it felt like to be the most popular kid at school. Fortunately, the girls weren't as impressed with me as the guys were. In fact, I think I might have a little trouble getting someone to go to the Valentine's dance with me. You're disgusting. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned. So to start using these vocabulary and these expressions, guys, and these idioms to all repeated. That's the point, guys, that I want you to get, that everything's gonna get repeated as long as you read and listen every day, right? And watch videos, right, on my channel, and to improve your fluency, and just like follow the steps, follow the techniques, right? And everything will be great in a short period of time. Okay, so just make sure to subscribe to my channel and like and share, and you have a great day. See you next time.